It's Tuesday. Tuesdays have been the best days to ski all season long. Usually has been cold over the weekend. It usually snows around a Tuesday. Or you have some leftover packed powder. None of that today. It's a gray sky. We do have skiing. Skis are going out there. But last night, right as the sun went down, the sky was getting dark all day long. It was pouring rain for about a half hour. So we're watering the daylilies. Is that what we have over here? I think so. And the waxing pink moon, the pink buds are coming out in southern New England. And the snow that was all over these daffodils a couple days ago is completely gone. There's still plenty of snow in the mountains. I think 72 inches up at the snow stake. 1 inch, the very top. So we are skiing soft snow, and it's going to be a little bit firm. Let's go check the texture, Rex. Let's check the texture of the snow. Give them a little update. Yeah, it's carvable. It's carvable. They were grooming, so we're in good shape. Today there's a front right over New England. And so New England, a couple of showers, central New England. Starting off a little frosty in spots this morning. I think there's an inversion. Top of Mount Washington's up to 20 with a wind of 50 miles an hour. So there's a little breeze up there. It did get breezy yesterday. The big ticket item now is that snowstorm in Utah. Snow basin. Too much snow. Can't really run the lifts. Passing twice as much as the last two seasons combined right now. That snowstorm in Utah is going to turn into a blizzard in Wyoming, South Dakota, parts of Nebraska, North Dakota, Minnesota. Blizzard warning in effect this morning in a half dozen states. But I think that the worst part of this storm is going to be the severe aspect of it. I read the Severe Storm Prediction Center discussion for today and tonight. Nocturnal tornadoes. That means tornadoes coming in the middle of the night with large to giant hail. That's a quote from the meteorologist at the Severe Storm Prediction Center. Looks like two maxima, one near the sort of the Illinois and Iowa border, and then another one in the Arklatex and the Ozark Plateau. So 24 hours of really scary weather. In New England, let's take a closer look at New England. A robin playing in a birch tree. We have cold air coming in at low levels of the atmosphere. As I always talk about, cold air is more dense than warm air. And very warm air coming in aloft. So it's going to start precipitating, mostly some rain showers today. And then tonight we start to see some purple coming on the map. Purple is sleet, so the cold layer is thick enough that rain up high in the sky freezes on the way down. It becomes ice pellets, the bouncy kind of ice that does not stick to everything, but ball bearings in the road. And this is really only for parts of northern Vermont, New Hampshire, and especially northern Maine. And then we get to the red. The red, that's freezing rain. That is rain that's falling into a very thin layer of cold. And so there could be a late season freezing rain situation here from just about Mount Mansfield, where we are, east into especially central Maine. Southern New England, almost a non-event. It's going to get cold and fairly gusty from the northeast in the Boston area, with only a little bit of rain, not a lot of rain in the garden. And where's Rex? The cold air is going to lift out, so we're going to be in the 40s late today, tomorrow. And then the wind comes around from southwest. It's really gusty on Thursday, and all of a sudden it's 75 to 80 away from the ocean in central and southern New England Thursday, with a chance of a late-day thunderstorm. Even at the same time, there still could be some ice happening in northern Maine. That's quite the boundary. Strong high pressure to the north, sort of undermining the warmth. But then the warmth does come into all of our area on Thursday and Friday. Cold front's going to come through Friday, but the cold's going to be mostly up in the sky. So what I mean is it's going to be sort of an unstable sky, but I think it's dry enough that we're going to have sunshine returning in southern New England Friday, probably still in the 50s anyway. It's going to be very windy, and in northern New England, probably in the 40s. And the mountain tops will be freezing, but it's going to be a great weekend, I think. High pressure is up here. High pressure will mean cold nights, so each morning we're down in the frosty levels. And then there's Rich over there. What's he doing work so early? T-Rex, go say hello to Rich. Rich, the keeper of the ice, so it's time to wrap down that season. Anyhow, Easter Sunday could be frosty, but it looks good. Frosty at sunrise, sunshine. Unless, of course, you're in Augusta, Georgia, playing or watching the Masters tournament, where strong high pressure over New England is great for us, but it causes the northeast wind and a front stalled over Georgia. May be colder in Augusta than Boston. On Saturday, only in the lower 50s with rain. Oh my goodness, you got to be kidding me. And then, we did talk about it in the 10-day from 2 days ago that there'd be a low off of New England to the south, which would be a colder system early next week. And that still may happen. The trough is coming back to the east next week. So it says the precip wants to stay offshore. We'll see about that. I intended to share with you today in the and more part, skiing with some neighbors from Weymouth, who I met on the ski lift yesterday morning. Andrew and Sophie, had a blast talking to you, skiing with you. But other things came up. Really sad news. We're battling some issues on Wildwood Street in South Dennis, near where I grew up. So prayers for the Urquharts and Greg. I hope you get through this. And just the worst shock of all. Nikola. Nico. Spry, 9-year-old. Appeared many times when out the door, weathering more with us. And the Hecking family, our hearts go out to you, Peter, Joanne, Anson, for your loss. Nico passed suddenly over the weekend, running around having fun 1 minute, gone the next. That's really tough. So sorry. Peter was down by the ocean yesterday. He'll leave us with this little bit of serenity on Nantucket Sound, where the sun was shining and the ocean was always able to sort of soothe us in our own way.